said in my introduction to you, there has been a suggestion of a political hit job that the National Party has put on organisations connected, loosely or indirectly or directly, with Te Pāti Māori. And that includes Whānau Ora. Now, I've explained to you what Whānau Ora is and what its budget is, but what I perhaps didn't tell you is that the Whānau Ora is then contracted out to a commissioning, or 3 commissioning bodies, one for the North Island, I think, or 2 for the North Island, 1 for the South Island. I think that's the way it goes. And one of those is the Whānau Ora Commissioning Agency. Now, they've had the contract since 2014. Between the 3 of them, they've got, they say, roughly 1,000 staff. And these people get the money, and then they commission various Māori health providers in the wider community to be able to deliver the services. They've been going since 2014. They're just about to be disestablished in the sense that they have lost their contract with the government. Now, we did invite John Tamahiri on the show to talk to us about it. He said he won't be making any public comment until it has been confirmed by Tama Potaka, which is expected to be today. But Merepeka Raukawa-Tait, who is the chairman of the Whānau Ora Commissioning Agency, joins us now. Merepeka, welcome to the show. Lovely to have you on.
Thank you. Morena, Michael. Hope you can hear me.
I can, and I can hear you well. Thank you very much. First of all, before we get into the background of all this, your job is to commission, as I've said, Māori health providers or Whānau Ora providers, and it's not just health, obviously, it's across the range of social strands. How many staff do you or does your organisation directly employ?
Our organisation directly employs about 45. That's ours. But the providers throughout the country, and I might say, Michael, they've been with us for the 10-year journey that we've been on, or 11 years now. They've been with us, so they're well established in their communities, and goodness knows they have well over 1,000. But many of them have specifically hired to do work, the Whānau Ora work that they see as applicable in their own areas.
Okay. I looked up your annual report, or the latest one that I could find. I'll come to that a little bit later on. But I also noticed that you get about 2/3, would you, of all of the money that goes to Whānau Ora comes through the Whānau Ora commissioning agencies?
That's correct. There is a South Island commissioning agency, and there's also Pacifica Futures,
that's right.
Which is yes, that's right. Who, by the way, Michael, have also lost their contracts.
Yes. But I'm just, and the bit that I've got is essentially, this has been run by Te Puni Kokore, yes, the Ministry of Māori Development?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
they provide us with the contract.
Right, so you've had this contract along with the other 2 commissioning agencies since 2014, as I understand, and then you've gone and done your job since then. This is the first time, I think, that the actual commissioning role that you play, Merepeka, and your 2 other organisations has been put up for tender. And so other Māori agencies tendered against you. Is that correct?
Well, we were informed, I think it was about June of last year, late last year, that we would have that it was going to be a tendering process that others could tender. And we thought, oh, well, we've done a good job, so we'll tender. I mean, if that's what the government wants to. So others have expressed their interest as well. We made the first cut. That was when we were informed just before December. And, of course, now we find out that we just did not go through on that process. Without, I might add, any explanation after doing 10 years of service. I think that's the most galling thing for us.
Okay. Now, now there is a suggestion that the reason that you haven't, in particular, the Whānau Ora Commissioning Agency hasn't been contract renewed is because of all the political smoke around Te Pāti Māori and the various investigations. Do you believe that had a factor in the awarding of these contracts?
Well, to my mind, Michael, it serves no purpose to try and second guess the reason. But if you're not given a reason, that's in fact what you do. I mean, Whānau Ora was born out of the Pāti Māori, the coalition or the agreement with National. And so, that should not surprise anybody that, Whānau Ora is well known within Te Pāti Māori was well known throughout the regions and everything else like that. And many people, not all, come from a Pāti Māori base because
That
we are
is
concerned.
well, that is the thing that
Sorry.
I noticed reading your latest annual report was the incredible number of Te Pāti Māori operatives who work for the Whānau Ora commissioning agency, including yourself, Merepeka. Do you see that there might be a conflict of interest? There's John Tamahiri, there's you, there's Natasha Kemp, there's a whole series of other luminaries within Te Pāti Māori. And the overall philosophy of Whānau Ora commissioning agency seems to almost be the philosophy of Te Pāti Māori in general. Do you see that connection might have been troublesome for government departments?
Well, I suspect anywhere where you see Māori starting to move through and come up and start to set their own aspirations, there will be pushback, there will be opposition. And it should be no surprise to anybody that so many people within Whānau Ora do share the aspirations of Te Pāti Māori, which is that we want a better future for our whānau. And so that should not surprise anybody. But I might add that we never ask anybody else what their political affiliations are. But I don't think, Michael, you could work for Whānau Ora. This is myself, probably in a leadership position, if you didn't have aspirations around a better future for Māori, but also where might the leadership come from to actually do that?
Yeah, because listen, don't take this the wrong way, but I read the annual report last night. I've read a couple of them. And to be honest with you, they're not annual reports that I would understand as an annual report. They are, it was 140 pages, but about 130 pages of that was very much an ideological, philosophical, political, if you like, argument about how Māori should be looking after Māori. It was quite extraordinary. It was almost a political document, wasn't it, your annual report?
Yes, I think they're very good, Michael, because what I see, and when I look at the annual reports, I see the voices are reflected in that. I mean, the voices of whānau underpin all of the services that we provide, obviously through input through the providers, etc. I mean, we do talk to the people the consumers or the service users who are our whānau. We do talk to them. So that is really a reflection of their voices, their concerns, but more importantly, their aspirations. And there's nobody telling them out there that, you must contribute to the future of Aotearoa. You must be educated. You must be healthy. You must be well. And you need, if you're in a place at present where that's not happening for you, well, obviously, Whānau Ora providers will be there for you. And nobody else is doing that. And they really aren't. Government departments, they move in, they move out, short-term thinking. We have to be there for the long haul. I mean, you don't build up trust overnight. And there's very little trust from certainly government agents. They're off the scene altogether. Our people don't share their information. They won't even go there. And it's disappointing because, the services should be there for all New Zealand to access. But when you've got a big sector that say, they're not for me, they don't understand me, they're apathetic.
Plenty of Pākehā people could say that too, Merepeka. I just said, just quietly. That's not unique to Māori.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But going back on this one, you see, the problem I also had with your report is that I don't know what you're doing. And your report tells me what your outcomes planned were and your outcomes achieved, which is ironically sort of Pākehā talk at the end of the day, Merepeka. It doesn't actually tell me if it's working. And I guess, did you ever, when I look at your report, I'm not sure you're making any difference at all despite receiving, the tens of millions of dollars, what about $120 million that you got a year. So at what point can I tell if you're making a difference in uplifting those communities as an independent observer to make sure that money is being spent well?
Well, certainly with our providers who are, every day on the ground with our whānau, they can certainly tell you, and they feed that information.